Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hi everybody. Welcome back to another morning with me, Laura from the Last Minute Laura channel. For those of you who are new, I hope you'll take a second and subscribe because we get together every morning from 8 a.m. until 9:30. We have our tea. Oh, I'm using my Laura mug. I got this at the thrift store for 25 cents. And it's from England. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, we get together every morning from 8 until 9:30 and we hang out, we have our tea, we plan our day, we talk about what we're going to do, and we just sort of do a general chit chat. If that sounds like it's up your alley, definitely subscribe. And don't forget to like the video, friends. I would really appreciate if you could take a second. I know it's a whole thing, and I know I always say it. Fender, could you not? It's so, like, gross watching you lick your everything. You're on TV. You're famous, Thunder. You can't just... He's so confused. He's like, what happened? Anyway, yeah, click the like button. It really helps the channel grow. I really do appreciate it. So if you could, please click the like button as you're coming in. And also, Sid, oh my gosh, I missed you singing. It always brings a smile. Sid, I read Jenna's comment, the good morning, and I was just like, I know, it is such a good morning, and I just felt I needed to sing. So hopefully the YouTube algorithm is no longer sneaking around and trying to catch me for singing something that's not public domain. But I didn't sing 5 seconds of it. That's what I was thinking, because singing to the tune of something is fine because I made changes to it. So I was thinking, good morning, good morning. That's only 4 seconds. And that's the part that's not been edited. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, hello. Those are all new words. So I feel like those are safe. It's just the first 2 good mornings. So as long as I don't draw it out beyond 5 seconds, I think we should be okay. But anyway, I hope you guys have a tea. I hope you are ready to go, because we're here. We're also here for like a long time, so if you don't have your tea yet, you can go make a tea. I'm still going to be here when you get back, I promise. Candace, good morning. Nice to see you this morning. Grab your drink and pull up a chair. Absolutely. And Sid, good morning, hello. Oh, yes, see, Sid did it too. Okay. That's so funny. I didn't even see that one, Sid. I saw Jenna's, and then now I'm seeing yours. Hi, peoples. Hope you're all good. You too, Jenna. I hope you're well as well. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Frida. Good morning, Sid. And hope everyone is well. Yes. Yeah, totally. It's fair use. Yeah, I think so. I think it's fair use because I made changes to it, which makes it fair use. Yay, so we get the song back. I think we should go ahead and use the song again because it makes me happy to sing it. And I love that it makes you guys happy to hear it. So I think that's a good idea. We'll bring the song back and see how the channel is affected by it. And if it is, we'll consider other options. And if it's not, then we're all good to go. The problem I was having before is that the videos were being demonetized at the beginning. Like during the stream, they were becoming demonetized, and then they wouldn't become remonetized until like 4, 5, 6 hours after the stream ended, which is when I get most of the views on it. So it's just kind of like it was an inconvenience, but I think we should be fine. I was up till 3 chatting on Discord and gaming. I wasn't up late at all because I'm not a late night person, but good for you. Enjoy your gaming. Good morning. Sorry I missed yesterday. Hi, Katina. No problem. Welcome back. And hey, Lori. Good morning. Amanda. Hello. Good morning. Hot and muggy here. Here it is, another beautiful day. We've got another beautiful day. Also, I'm not as scattered today because when I woke up at 5. The algorithm needs to calm down. I know, right? Like, the algorithm wants to talk to the manager. But for real, good morning, cats. Did you make your chickens those tutus yet? No, not yet, cats. So what am I trying to say? I'm still pretty scattered, but I'm feeling organized. I'm feeling prepared for the day. because I made a daily thing, like a schedule for today, and I'm gonna follow it. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, and instead of hitting snooze on my phone, good morning, Corinne. Instead of hitting snooze on my phone, I got up. I went and looked at the chicken coop, and guess who was there? 5 raccoons. There were 2 adult raccoons and 3 babies, the 3 babies from before. Very cute. They were teaching them how to get into the chicken run, which ours is not covered, so they can just climb over a fence. It's not like they are finding a bad way to get in. They're just doing their thing. So, yeah, I scared them away, obviously. I got my socks wet. Instead of putting shoes on, I just decided I'm gonna run out after them into my yard. My socks got wet. It was dawn, so obviously there was still a whole bunch of dew on the grass. What's the time there? It is 8:08 in the morning here, cats. Where are you located that it's earlier? Because California is earlier, so does that mean you're even more over? What's more over than California? What's the next thing over? Anyway, what time, where are you? Yay, Frida, that's great. What did Frida say? I won my email fight. Yay, I'm getting my money back. I threatened with 2,000 Instagram. Hey, if it worked, good. Got your money back. That's awesome. Jenna, I love summer rains. Jenna says, I just had to put my coat in the dryer. It only ran to the shop and I'm soaked. I do love a good soaked all the way through rain. I mean, like, I don't want to be like working outside when it's pouring rain or anything, but it's fun to get caught in a big rain. Reno, Hawaii. Thanks, Frida. I was like, I don't know. Oh wait, California is 3 hours, isn't it? Or is it 2 hours? I'm Scrappy, help us out. Good morning, Sandy. Lovely, Laura. Thank you. Good morning. And way to go, Frida. Yes, way to go winning your internet fight with a company, a crappy company. So, but you won. So, did you guys see on the channel this morning? If you've got your notification bell filled in, you'll know that I put out a video this morning. It's only 3 minutes long, so it's nothing that's going to nothing to write home about or anything, but I put a little video together with all of the chickens. Callie is 3. Okay, cool. Thanks, Candace, and thanks, cats. But yes, I put a little video together with the chickens, and so you can see all of the chickens. You can get to know them a little bit. You'll be able to see that it's hard to tell Fern and Daisy apart at this point, but all of the other chickens get a whole bunch of little intros. Pretty much I just walked around with my phone saying good morning to all of the chickens. And then I cut it together so you can watch me say good morning to all of my chickens and also get an up-close view of Diane and MJ, I think, are the ones. 3 minutes of chicken greetings. Yes, Sandy, exactly. I just thought it doesn't need to be anything too crazy for you guys to see all the chickens. I think I will do a I have to refilm. I filmed a nice video with the chickens and then the audio didn't exist. So when I was editing it, brought the footage in, beautiful footage, microphone was not on. So gonna have to refilm it because I'm not gonna do a voiceover for a video like that. It's weird. So I'm gonna refilm it where I do like a little intro of each of the chickens. Like, this is Diane. She has 4 to 6 eggs a week, like that kind of stuff, like a little explanation of each chicken, give them a kind of like a Pokemon rundown, you know, like this is how many eggs they lay, this is the breed, this is the age, that kind of thing. I loved seeing the chickens. Oh, Frida, I'm glad because I love them too. They're gorgeous, and I agree with Alex. MJ is very trippy, isn't she, with her little stripies? Have you tried putting bells on your fence? Ooh, no, I haven't. That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Bells, because I'll just scare them, because totally. I'm gonna write it down. Where will I write it? In my today's schedule page so that I'll see it. live stream. Bells for fence, in brackets, raccoon. The babies are cute, but I think the bell would be a good idea. Bells would be a good idea because the fence is like floppy. So it's got fence posts in it, but it's like a snow fence. So when they climb over it, it bends. It's not like a metal fence. Putting a bell on it means that as soon as they touch it, it'll, yeah, totally. That's a great idea. Nancy, we need rain here in Western Nova Scotia. It's supposed to be 32 degrees Celsius here today and tomorrow. Very humid. Nancy, you're sending that weather our way after because we are getting that heat like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But up until Sunday, we have beautiful weather. So for us, it's, well, we need rain, like, but that's not, for me, I'm not as worried because I have a very small garden to water. But yes, for the farmers here, we definitely need rain. But in a positive light, it's beautiful today. It's been beautiful the last 2 days or 3. I'll probably be complaining about the heat again. I love MJ. Isn't she cute? Candace, make them come out the chicken runway coming out of the coop. Be nice if they do a spin at the end of the run. Yeah, give them a little fashion show. You can buy them in bulk amounts at the dollar store. Ooh, really? Bells, you mean? Cool. Right, for like decoration, but except I'll be using them for a fear. Get a goose, it'll send the raccoons hiking. I would love that. I would love a guard goose. A guard goose would be so much fun. One of the big white ones with the yellow, is it still a beak? It feels like, I know it's a bird, but do geese, they're like long flat, a bill? When does a beak become a bill? Because like a stork doesn't have a beak, they have a bill. Does a goose have a beak or a bill? When's the crossover? Anyway, I don't know. But yes, that's a good idea, Lori, and I'm for it. I just haven't really looked into how that would feel here. But geese and ducks are unregulated, so I could have 1,000 geese. I wouldn't because that's crazy. Also, a whole bunch of the chickens perched on the side of their waterer yesterday night, and there's just full poo in their water, so that was irritating. I saw it right before this, so I have to go out after the stream and change their water. Amanda, just finished knitting my first sweater yoke and put my sleeves on waist yarn. Sleeves on waist yarn. So far, so good. I'm just so excited. And put my sleeves on waist yarn. I don't understand that part. Put my sleeves on waist yarn, but just finished knitting my first sweater yoke is great. That's awesome. Very exciting. Lori, hot and humid starting today. Well, keep it where you guys are because we have 26 degrees. I mean, it'll be humid, but it'll be like the good kind of humid. A beak is pointy, a bill is flattish. Okay. Like, I get that. That makes sense. But at the same time, like, when is what? Because there are animals that have like, and by animals I mean birds. There've got to be birds that have like in-betweens, you know? I don't know, I'd have to look, but I'm sure there are. But anyway, I don't want the humidity, but it is going to get humid. It's going to get hot, but I'm going to be okay with it because it's not snowing. As long as it's not snowing, I am in a good place. So today is another editing day. Hello, Tamil. Nice to see you this morning. So today's jobs. Oh, I finished the pattern, by the way, or at least I think I finished the pattern. So I know how the neckline is going to go this morning. That's why they make chicken waterers, so they cannot perch. Yeah, well, I don't have a chicken waterer yet. I'm not fancy. I don't have a feeder either. I have, for the feeder, because they keep trying to flip it over, I have this plastic container, and it's a big circle, and I put a very large rock in the middle so that they can't flip it, and also so that they can't scratch in it like easily, so they don't disrupt all of the food every day, and I don't have to fill it with like a full new feed every day because they don't eat it all, they just knock it out of the bowl. So anyway, good morning, Dina. So anyway, wow, audio is off with your lips. Oh, that's annoying. Let me see, hold on one sec, okay? Ta-da! Are we back? Are we lined up a little bit better? I stopped it, turned it back on, so hopefully that will cause less issue. Hello, Benno, good morning. And is that only me? I hope it's only you, Candace. And if it's still doing that after I've done this, try a refresh, because now my internet shows green. It doesn't show yellow anymore, so fingers crossed. Also, it must be me. Try the refresh. I think that'll be a good option. I think it'll do it because I'm hopeful. So today is a highly controlled day for me. I have literally every half hour blocked out because I have like really active ADD, and I took all of my medications on time this morning, so I should be able to stay on track a little bit easier than yesterday. But today, from 10 to 11, I'm going to be editing a rough cut number 2 of the onion skin video series. And then from 11 to 12, I'm going to finish all of the graphics for the video. And then at 12 o'clock till 12:30 is lunch break and chicken time. And then 12:30 till 1:30, 1:30 to 2:30, 2:30 to 3:30. All of those times are going to be broken between editing video clips and editing thumbnails for those videos. Anyway, it was like watching an old bad Godzilla movie from the past. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, like, it's Godzilla! Yep. And then live stream from 4 to 6. And then I'm going to a friend's house this evening. I'm going to be going to see one of my newer friends, and we're going to go hang out on their patio for a couple of hours. Although we can only stay from 6:30 until 8 o'clock because we have to get back home by 8:30 because chickens have to be put in at 8:30 or the raccoons descend at like 9, and we don't need that kind of catastrophe. I don't need to come home to just the slaughter. So we're gonna leave a little early. So I broke down what's left to do for the onion skin video, and I just want to tell you guys so that you can hear when I break it down itemized how it sounds. It's more work than just edit video, so I wanted to let you guys in on it. So edit onion skin video includes color correct, which is a lot. I know, like, I don't have to color correct every single scene, or I have to color correct every scene, not every clip, because as soon as I correct one clip in a certain scene, like from one shot, I can just copy and paste those settings onto all of the other clips in that shot. But because I am not a filmmaker, I took so many shots, I didn't compress them into only like 10 shots so that I only have to do 10 color corrections. I have like too many. So I have color correcting, then I have sound edit. There's a hum in the background of the sound, and I know that it's removable, I just haven't figured out the setting for it yet, so that's a job. Rough 1 export, that's already done. Rough 2 export, that's going to be today. I still have to film an outro. I have to record a voiceover with some fun facts and definitions of terms. I need to add music. I need rough 3 export, and that's when I will be splitting it into the 5 videos. And then I have to add titles and add graphics, the ones that I'm finishing today, and then final export. Then there's a PDF that has to go with it. The PDF needs to be printable. It needs to have ingredient list, how to make iron mordant, list of terms and definitions. It needs an intro and an outro, a works cited, links to the museum, to the channel, and to all of the items that you need, like Amazon links. Hey AJ, good morning. And good morning, Maddie. Dad and I were just watching some of your dyeing videos. He loved all the colors. That's awesome. Well, welcome, Maddie's dad. Nice to have you here. Sorry guys, I need to leave. Got a plant, but I'll see you at 4 hopefully. All right, Amanda, have a great rest of your day and enjoy planting. Wear sunscreen. Then I need to have photos, obviously a title page and a table of contents. So I just need to make a document with all of my notes, but pretty. And I need to do all those things for editing the video. So, I was very distracted yesterday and I got very little done on this project, but I did edit a video of the chickens, so that's good. But yes, I have a lot to get done today for that onion skin tutorial video. I'm having, I'm confused because I've gotten messages from the museum back and forths, but it seems like it's multiple days on their end before they reply, which is fine. I know they're a business, they're doing other things, but it'll be like, let's connect early in the week, and then I'll reply 1 day later, sounds good, what day works for you, I'm available this day, this day, this day, and like now it's midweek. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so we'll do it late in the week then, not early in the week. I just don't know if it's like always like that, busy, or if it's, oh sorry. Are you still good for tonight? Yes. Because last time I was supposed to hang out with this friend, I flaked out because I forgot and I was stressed. Yes, ma'am. See you at 6:30-ish. Hold on. There we go. So, I don't even know what I was saying. I was really distracted. I have a lot of work to get done still. What program do you use? For editing, I use Premiere Pro. For graphics, I use either Photoshop or Illustrator. Right now, I'm preferring Illustrator. I just am finding it easier right now. For my thumbnails, I usually just use Photoshop. So, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and I don't use After Effects, not yet. I haven't figured it out yet, so I just haven't been using it. But maybe someday I'll add in After Effects. But Premiere Pro seems to have enough sound editing in it that it should be okay. I feel okay about it. It's just got this hum. It's very clear audio of my voice, but it's like there's this background hum, and I know I just have to put a pass over it, but I don't know which pass. Also this stuff, pine doesn't get this kind of romantic treatment. Hold on. Pine doesn't get this kind of romantic treatment. I don't understand. My dad says hi, hello. Also, this stuff. Pine doesn't get this kind of romantic treatment. I don't know what that means. Am I missing something? Did I say something that corresponds with that I already forgot? Because possible. So, I don't know. Wrong window. Okay, cool. Wrong window. Very good. I was like, I don't understand. So there's that. But anyway, so I don't have much to tell you about what I'm going to get done today because I'm not going to get a whole heck of a lot done. I'm going to be sitting in front of the, well, I am going to get a lot done, but it's going to be all in one spot and it's going to be fairly boring. Why don't we do a little crochet though? A little crochet now. What should I crochet? I kind of want to work on this still, but I feel like that one requires a little bit more attention. Like I need to pay a little more attention. So I'll just work on my vest, which is taking a long time to get through. But I think I finished the pattern. I think I got all the measurements right. I hope I did, for my pattern tester's sake, and also for the video that I am inevitably going to film. Good day, all the lovely last minute Laura folks. Good day, Jay. Nice to see you this morning. Afternoon for you, but good morning. Hope you're having a good day so far today. 1 and 2. I guess not good afternoon, good night, good evening, good late evening. Anyway, nice to have you. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I was outside this morning and the entirety of the air smells so amazing. It smells like roses. There's so much sweet floral smell in the air, and I was trying to find it. Like I was sniffing all of the flowers in the backyard like a weirdo, going from flower to flower trying to figure out which one it was. And I was thinking, oh, it's got to be the wisteria, because the wisteria is just about to open up, and my mom was like, it smells really nice. So I was expecting it to be the wisteria. Wisteria has no smell yet. It's not all the way open, so I don't think it's that. I went and smelled the peonies. Oh my God, so beautiful. They smell amazing, but it wasn't that. It wasn't strong enough. It turns out there are the wild rose bushes that surround the field and also are surrounding our backyard. Like we have a pine, not forest, but like a pine border around our yard. And after the pine border, it's like scattered with wild rose bushes, but they're huge. They're like 8 feet, 10 feet tall, brambly bushes of roses. And the roses are little, and they look kind of more like a strawberry flower, if you've seen a strawberry flower. They're little, but their smell is intoxicating. It's so sweet. It's fragrant. Like it's like thick in the air. Like, you know how you can feel the humidity in a way that it's hard to describe? It's like that. It's like humidity of rose smell. It's amazing. And I wish you could smell it because it's beautiful. I can't pick the roses because they are wild roses. Like they're not, actually I did pick some yesterday and I have them in a bouquet in the bathroom. I will show them to you. One second. I'm multitasking, chatting with a buddy on Facebook, too much tab jumping, debating Shatner Kirk versus Chris Pine Kirk. That's funny. 10 p.m. won't be here too long. Oh, bye, Maddie and Jay. I get it. Nighttime. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab that bouquet so I can show you the wild roses. It honestly though, it smells like nothing you've ever smelled before. Because if you've smelled roses, beautiful, but imagine smelling a million roses everywhere. There is no escape. The whole of outside smells like roses. It's just everywhere. You can't not smell it. And it's like warm and sweet and vanilla-y and oh God, it smells, it's not like a floral arrangement. Like the floral arrangement smell to me smells always like lilies, and it always smells like death for me. Again, not for everyone, but for me it smells like a funeral home when I get like a bouquet of flowers. This is not that. So I picked these yesterday for Alex in the evening, and the white flowers that you see there, the anemone, looks like a strawberry flower, I think. And then the wild roses are just here. They're little ones. They're just little white with yellow middles. I picked a whole bunch of buttercups. I picked some aster, some clovers, purple, pink, and white. I found another forget-me-not little sprig, and that beautiful pink one that I love. I picked that as well. So that was my bouquet of yesterday, and I got that all picked for Alex because I thought it would make him smile, and then I put it in the bathroom so that I get to enjoy it also, which is nice. So there's that. It sounds like the bramble around the countryside, English countryside. It's sad, Sid. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not a Trekkie either. I know what you're talking about in terms of Star Trek, but I don't know I don't know Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie. Also, if you notice at all today or moving forward that I am talking a little bit slower in certain times, it's because I'm concentrating on my S's. I'm concentrating on the position of my tongue, and it takes me a little bit longer to say certain things. And if I stumble and have a little bit more of a lisp, it's because I'm actively controlling my tongue and my mouth when I say S now, as opposed to just letting the natural way of my tongue go. it's just taking a little bit more of my brain capacity right now. Hopefully it will become easier and then my S's will flow more smoothly. That's my plan. I watched a whole bunch of videos that I found online of speech therapists, and I think I understand where my tongue needs to be in order to get the S sound that I am looking for. So that's good. But if you notice either that my S's are focused, or that I'm lisping in a different way, or that I'm speaking more slowly, it's because I'm concentrating on trying to keep my tongue in a certain position when I say S, and it takes me a little bit longer. Good morning, Scrappy. Nice to see you this morning. William Shatner played Kirk in the original series from the 60s. Chris Pine plays in the new movies directed by J.J. Abrams. I used to think Chris Pine was super sexy, and I don't know. I don't anymore. Maybe it was when he was younger or something, but like I remember thinking like I used to like what Chris Pine looked like, and then seeing him more recently and being like, not for me. I don't know. Each Kirk is best for which they played in. That's such a nice way to put it. I love Star Trek. Oh, it's not my fandom. What an amazing wildflower bunch. We don't have anything like that here. Really, Jay? That's a bit of a shame, because most of these are weeds from the garden. Like all the clovers, those are just weeds, these ones and these ones. The forget-me-nots, I suppose they're not considered a weed, but they're just everywhere for me. They're in my lawn, they're in the forest, they're in our chicken run, they're in our garden. They're just kind of everywhere. So for me, they're kind of a weed. The aster is a weed for sure. And the anemones, these ones are not weeds, these white ones, and this one is not a weed. Everything else is a weed. So it's just these white ones and this pink one. Other than that, everything's a weed. So yeah, it is a wildflower bouquet pretty much. Sometimes it's just that your tastes change. Hold on. Well, I'm off to do some planting before it gets too hot. Bye everyone, stay safe, see you next time. Bye Nancy, have a great rest of your day, and drink lots of water and wear a sun hat and sunscreen. Schersman is Philadelphus in English. Philadelphus. What is that? I met Shatner as a kid, got to sit on his lap, and got his autograph. That's cool. I haven't met that many famous people. I don't have cool famous people stories. Michael Bublé grabbed my hand in a crowd once, and I died, and then he brought me back to life with shaking his head and it hitting me with sweat. That's pretty much it. I was in heaven. That's cute. I love Star Trek too, but I'm next generation. Candace, oh gosh, that's a big kind of childhood memory. The Trekkies. The Trekkies have overtaken. We have other things, but nothing like those. Well, I'm glad that you get to enjoy them then. Scrappy, we used to have dinners either at our house or our neighbors, and we would all watch it. Aww. He was a parade marshal one year in our town. Really? He's from Canada, right? He went to Ottawa U, didn't he? Didn't William Shatner go to Ottawa U? Alex like, oh, who's William Shatner? Maybe he didn't. Maybe it's just William Shatner University? Oh, McGill. Well, fine then. 1952. Okay. McGill, which is fine. Still a nice university. Not the one I went to, but I'll let him go. Sid, Scrappy, I never got to watch as a kid because my parents don't like sci-fi, but I made a point of watching all the series end to end after college. My parents, what we watched as a family was like Canada, A People's History, and it was like this educational nighttime show, which was, I loved it. It was like a big deal to be able to watch it with my family, like the whole family would watch it together. And my parents, what did I watch with my family? Canada, A People's History, and Monday Night Football. Those are the only things I can think of that we watched, that like my parents had input on us watching. Yep. Are you ready for some football? But now that guy's a bad guy, right? The one that sings that. Anyway, and Deep Space. I love Data and Garrick. We just started watching The Expanse. It's a Amazon Prime show, I think. I think it's Amazon Prime. To be honest, I just told Alex if he could find it because my sister said it was a really good show. And basically it's like dystopian, not too distant future, which is like my whole thing. I love dystopian, not so distant future. Black Mirror was my jam. I like Underworld, that's not right. I like Resident Evil, not too distant future. Post-apocalypse type things. Things where it's like the virus was released, not a great time for that one. Or like the monster we create, zombies, but made by people. I like that kind of stuff. So I guess, anyway, this show called The Expanse, I believe there's like a lot of episodes. I don't think we've even like cracked the surface of it yet. But it's like okay, so not too distant future, there's 3 groups of humanity now. There's people who live on Earth, and people who live on Mars, and people who live on asteroid belts. And they have like 3 different levels in society, basically. Dystopian, love it. And we haven't even gotten into like what the conflicts are going to be yet, but like the people who live and have been born on the asteroids can't live on Earth because their bones are weaker, and like so they can't function on Earth. But Earth and Mars are using the asteroid belts. The people who work on the asteroid belts, they're miners, like they mine out of the asteroids. So they take all of the stuff that they're mining for either Mars or Earth. Mars and Earth are not happy with each other. So it's like there's gonna be conflict. It's like not too distant future. So like things aren't, like people are still people. It's not like everybody has a computer in their brain or anything like that. It's just like not too distant, but distant enough. Like our technology has changed enough for people to be living on the Mars. So there's like a I was gonna say a lunar, but it's like Mars. And the people living in the asteroid belt like live on spaceships, like large ones. It's very interesting. Is this a book or a series, Laura? It's a series on, I believe, Amazon. I think it's an Amazon Prime show. I don't know for sure because, again, I said, Alex, can you get me this? I want to watch it, and he did. So it might be Amazon Prime. I had a huge crush on Kirk. My neighbor friend had a crush on Spock. I had a crush on Spock, the old Spock. I didn't even watch Star Trek. I know that was a crush I had. And the only times that I ever saw was like in passing watching Star Trek, and I remember being like, he's so pretty and polite, and that was the extent of my crush. I wasn't a Trekkie, so I didn't have enough information to develop like a full crush. Beth, gotta go, need to pop to the shop. Stay safe. You too, Beth. Have a great rest of your day. Deep Space Nine. Star Trek was one of my only programs we were able to get where I lived as a child. That's like Alex with, what was, Alex? Yeah. When you were a kid, what was on TV that was like American? Texas Ranger. For Alex, it was Texas Ranger because he grew up in Belarus. There was like not a lot of channels when he grew up. Well, he grew up. What year did the wall come down? Not the wall, the USSR. 89? Okay, so Alex was born in USSR, and then there wasn't a lot of channels, and then when he got a little bit older, it became Belarus again. And still. 46 episodes? Oh my god, we're only like 3 episodes in. It's on Prime. Okay, so things are going to happen. Ugh, I love a good conflict in space. I love when technology is dirty and looks like it's used every day. Yeah, Frida, and this is like that. Like everything's dirty. I like that too, when all of the costumes are mildly dirty. I just like like the dark stain around the bottoms of the like vest they're wearing. I don't know. I love when the dystopian future looks rough. I don't want it to be, but it's what I like watching. Yes, it's Frida. Hold on. Looks like they have 4 seasons so far. Oh my goodness. I'm ready. I started watching Layla. It's an Indian series. So interesting. Frida, you like a dystopian distant future too? Awesome. Sunday nights was Disneyland. What? Oh my goodness. Hold on. We had 2 channels when I was little. I remember we got 3, 4, and 5. Ooh, 3, 4, and 5 fancy. The adults were watching Falcon Crest and Dallas. Yes, Laura, I like dystopian stories too. I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm not alone in that one, because I think they're always like, I always love how like imagining something but like reining in your imagination, you know? Like obviously you can go wild like Star Trek, where you're like, we can beam you up and like physically take apart your particles and put them back together. That kind of stuff I never really like. I'm like, okay, well, it's so fantastical, it's just not realistic. But I love the not post-apocalypse, sometimes post-apocalypse, but not too distant future dystopia with not too distant realistic technology, because then I feel like I can believe it. Whereas the only sci-fi, well, I think it's sci-fi, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what's that? That's not sci-fi, because it's not science. It's like monsters and vampires, whatever that is. I like that too. But anyway, this new show, so far I'm into it. And so far I'm into Snowpiercer too. It's getting better. The actors have finally decided to like cool down, because the first few episodes, all of the actors were performing like they were on stage. And it's like, okay, the camera's really up close to your face. We don't need you to be giving each other such dramatic looks. Like, we get it, because we're very close to you. I get it if you were on stage in a play, how you have to be like, because like there's people in a back row that you need to get able to see your emotion, but not when the shot is 4 inches from your face, lady. So it's getting a little bit better. Buffy would kind of be urban fantasy. Well, I like urban fantasy then as well. Or like, what's that show? Ugh, they're terrible actors, but I love it. Hold on. It's got a girl named Clary in it, and there's vampires and werewolves. They have runes on their skin that make them like a little bit magic. I don't know what it's called. That's a terrible description of what it is, but if you know what I'm talking about, what's it called? Shadowhunters. It's called Shadowhunters, and guess where Shadowhunters is filmed? At least some of it is filmed in Toronto, because those people are in Toronto sometimes. So, Shadowhunters. Terrible show. Amazing show. Love it. My absolute favorite is Firefly. I never watched Firefly, but I remember all of the hype when it got canceled. Everyone was like, bring Firefly back. Buffy is a supernatural drama. Thank you, Scrappy. That's good. Supernatural drama. I do love Buffy. Although when you go back and watch like Sarah Michelle Gellar's acting when she was like as Buffy, it's like a little cringeworthy, but I still love it. Oh, I have Snowpiercer on my to-watch list. I think Buffy is under Sci-Fi umbrella. Okay, cool. Where we lived, we didn't have electricity. We had a generator. Yep, we did have TV, but only 2 channels. Imagine when you say a generator, I don't imagine like one with just a switch to turn it on. I imagine like a crank. City of Bones, Immortal Instruments. Yes, Sid, exactly. Immortal Instruments, and I think, yeah, Shadowhunters also is what it's called, right? It's got like a long title. Scrappy, brown coats. Hold on. Yes, Frida, yes. Snowpiercer on my watch. Frida, Firefly, best coat. I haven't seen it, but it's worth it. I have the Buffy board game. Canada makes lots of great TV and movies. Canada does now, because people realize that like Canadians are a real group of people. I love all of the memes that are like, is Canada even a real place? Those are like my favorite memes, where people are like, really? They have moose and they just list a bunch of things. They're like, I argue that Canada does not in fact exist. But the world now knows Canada exists. We have a very similar situation to the States, and therefore we can film things here. So Toronto, Hamilton, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick are often used for car commercials. So you know when you see like cars going right by the ocean on like a big windy road, that's like in the Cabot Trail in Nova Scotia a lot of the time. It's like a beautiful one. My favorite Buffy episode is Hush. Hush. Is that the one where there's the scary, hold on, let me just, Buffy, there, they all have a scary. Buffy, Hush. Let's see. The 10th episode of the fourth season. How do you even know what they're called? Oh, Wikipedia, you beautiful organization. They steal everyone's voices, leaving them unable to scream when they cut out their hearts. Fun. Sounds right up my alley. Tracy, good morning. See it, Laura. For some reason, the first 15 minutes are a bit meh, so give it an episode. That's how I feel about Snowpiercer. Give it an episode, because it's like the first episode, the actors are getting used to it. And then after that, they kind of like calm down a little bit and it gets a little better. Yes, there's another one that started as a fanfic online. So many of those now. Oh, really? The Originals is great. Love all the eye candy on it. The Originals is great. Love all the... I do love a good show with eye candy. That's for sure. Literally, probably the only reason I kept watching the Shadowhunters, because the main girl is like infuriating. She's like such an annoying teenager in it. Like every one of her arguments, like every conflict in this show would be avoided if people just spoke to each other. I hate TV shows like that where every conflict is just because people aren't communicating. And you're like, I don't know, in my real life, I would just say, hey, are you okay? Are you thinking about that very traumatic thing that happened? Let's talk about it. Whereas they're just like, and they just do like dramatic glances, but like, come on. People talk in real life. So most of those, like, find other conflicts. Really great conflicts can happen without having to have zero communication. You can have good communication and still have drama. Just saying. There's me laugh. Because Nathan Fillion is like one of the girls' crushes, and it's all a cartoon, and in her dream Nathan Fillion always comes in, and he's Nathan Fillion from Firefly. That's how I know that. Sid, I hate that too. I just give up when it's the whole story. Like, just talk to each other. Like, well, that's the problem for me that's between, in that show, The Mortal Instruments, the main two characters that are like on again, off again, are they in love or are they brother and sister? That's the actual conflict. Are they in love? Can they be? Or are they brother and sister? So, and they're like, that's their internal conflict. So it always made me laugh because it's like, they didn't grow up together, obviously, which is why they are like, whatever. But the main guy is such a hottie and he has two different colored eyes. I love that. And his hair is basically, it's basically this. It's just white. It's like greasy and shaved on the sides, and wow, he's very attractive. Scrappy, his humor is fantastic. I admit eye candy for me is hand-dyed wool. Well, Jay, here you go. Here's that eye candy you need. I've got black walnut hand-dyed wool and then onion skin hand-dyed wool. Beautiful, with some weird tie-dye effect. It's speckly, but it's actually from tying elastics on it. Beautiful. There's some eye candy. I'll put that there so you can just watch it. His humor's fantastic. Okay, well, if Firefly is, if it's that good, I'll just write it down. I'll just add it to my list. I do have an ongoing list. An ongoing list of books and shows and movies. Oh, why do I have a bruise here? That's annoying. Anyway, Nathan is hilarious. I love his vibes. Well, maybe I'll watch it someday. But right now I am Stranger Things. Me too, Scrappy. I do want to rewatch it because I feel like the first time I was like catching up to the world because I put off starting it for a long time. So I just watched it really quick, like quickly through it. I'd like to go watch it again and enjoy all the costumes. I mean, that's something else I really appreciate in a show, when they put the effort into the clothing. Even though it's unrealistic, like I know for the most part, I'll like pull on a pair of jeans and put a sweater on, or pull on jeans and a t-shirt, like very minimal, whereas like characters in shows will be like many layers. But I really do like to see the costumes in a well done show. Like, oh my god, Underworld, have you seen Underworld? All of the outfits that, what is her name? The beautiful lady from England. Not Mila Jovovich, the other one. Mila Jovovich and Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale, all of her outfits in that movie, Underworld, are fantastic. So much inspiration I can gain from that. It doesn't mean any of my stuff will look like that. I just look at it and I'm like, how did they imagine? Were they like, let's put duct tape on things and then sew something that looks like duct tape? I don't know. I love costumes. They make me very happy to be able to enjoy. The costuming is so fascinating to really analyze. Well, yeah, because they employ a full-time person to do that. Like, it's not just like, show up, but that's what it looks like. Like when you go watch Riverdale, I love terribly acted teen dramas with terrible storylines. Like Riverdale has gotten so like convoluted in its storyline that it doesn't make any sense. There's like child murderers that are free. There's like not people who murder children who are, well, they're like 17. Like there's a lot of problems that they just move past that. Just be fine with that part. But I love it. I love terribly acted teen dramas. Like Teen Wolf. I love it. Allison, I love it. Terribly acted. Riverdale, terribly acted, and I love it. Except Lily Reinhart, I think that she could do some good acting. Pretty much the rest of the cast, that's not true. I really do like Cole Sprouse. But that's because he's sexy with greasy dark hair. I don't know, guys that have like greasy long hair, I like it, so maybe that's part of it. But for the most part, all of those are actively not good actors. It served its purpose. It entertained me. That's how I feel. It's entertaining, but when you're watching it, you're like, were the writers just writing each episode one at a time and forgetting about everything they wrote before? And being like, well, we want it to go this direction. So, or only like looking at 2 episodes, one in the past and one in the future when they write. They weren't like considering all of the things that had happened. Awful. How about True Blood? Good, the books are better though. I haven't seen True Blood. I did watch, what was the other vampire one? Vampire Diaries? Was it Vampire Diaries? That sounds right. With the 2 hot brothers and the girl and the vampire that's the girl but not the same girl, but then the girl is a vampire too. I love terrible storylines that they just keep adding things in. Teen Wolf, I loved. It was like, oh, there's werewolves, and then they were like, actually, there's everything that there could be, there is. But the first season it was like, there's werewolves, that is the big deal. I love it. The books are way better. True Blood books are, well, I'll add it to my book list. True Blood book. Jay, thanks for asking. My back is better and I have more energy. Oh, what did Jay say? Are you doing okay? I'm glad your back is better, Frida, or doing better than it was. I'm glad you have more energy too. And True Blood was good until it just wasn't. I feel like that's where all of them go, don't they? Also, Jay, you've got beautiful wildflowers and hand-dyed yarn. Oh my god. Yes, all the lovely things. I also was thinking the wild rose bushes, I could harvest the leaves for a die. But the beginning was good. I feel like they start off with a good idea. Like Riverdale's first season was like, oh, fun. A bunch of teenagers figuring out the mystery. Like, I'm down for that. Like, sounds good. But then they started bringing in like magic and dramatic revelations that don't make sense, and like it just is getting worse and worse. I'll still watch it. Like, it's just not something I watch like religiously. It's more like when we have a full day that we have nothing to do because everything's clean, we'll binge watch. That's what we do. I only read the first True Blood book. The scene where Suki and Bill hook up for the first time was just way too much and not biologically accurate, and I couldn't let it go. Biologically accurate. Is one of those people a vampire? I don't understand, but I'm sure you're right. But I watched the show for about 4 seasons. It's crazy and fun as a result. Oh, crazy AF and fun as a result. I'm so glad they ended at... Oh, you're so glad they ended Sense8? I hate when a series doesn't end when it's time and they drag it out, then it's just awful. Sense8. Oh, that was the one that was like overtly sexual. Alex and I watched all of that as well. I liked it because it was fun. But also, yeah, it's a little strange. Sense8's a little strange, but I like the idea. Okay, Bill is the vampire, and Suki and Bill, they hook up. Not biologically accurate. The author doesn't understand, that it's a social construct. Ew. I rage about that too. In all of the sexy vampire books that I've read, like the Nora Roberts style vampire books, it's always like that. It's always like, first of all, why is the vampire person always described as like 4 times as large as the non-vampire person if the vampire is the boy? That always, like, what was this called? There was this vampire series. It was terrible, so like I'm not recommending it, but I read the whole thing. This was in post-university, but just post-university, so I was like bored and wanted to be doing a ton of reading, and these were really long books. Hold on. Wrath. Vampire King. What is it called? Let me see. The Black Dagger Brotherhood. Just terrible. But after university, like I said, I was very bored, and all I wanted to do was like read a whole lot of stuff. So the bad sex scenes that are in this, it's always like the vampire is described as like a 400-pound monster, and the woman, who is always the human portion of this interaction, is tiny, and it's always described, yes, super awkwardly, I hate all of the words that they use. Like apex I don't love it. But I do love reading it. So I love reading it, and at the same time, in my head, I just skip over the parts that I'm like, no, that's not how it works. That's not where it is. But I agree, Sid, that it's very frustrating when virginity is focused on in such a gross way in books. Like in Twilight, it was focused on in such a way, and it's like, I don't know. When I was reading it as an adult. Well, I mean, I was out of university, but I was reading it as an adult thinking, if I was a virgin, this would give me a very uncomfortable, different, inaccurate picture of what sex was going to look like. Like, this is not what it's like. And always the paragraph that describes an entire sexual encounter is like this long, and it's always perfectly timed for both people. Is it though? Is it really? Isn't it more like he has to work hard for a while and then after, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't really like it when it's like just his physical presence was enough to send her over the edge. For me, that's just kind of like, no, it's just not. It's just not. accurate, and like, why are we, ugh. Anyway, I loved it as somebody who had already had sex, but as like prior to that, reading that as someone who had never had sex, it's very like misconstruative, misleading. It's very misleading. Anyway, I'm over saying Suki like Bill used to. I'm over here saying Suki. Suki, I don't know how. Sid, well, yes, I have preferred that too. I would have preferred that too. Yes, I rage about bad sex ed too. It's just one of my really big hot button issues. I agree. Everyone should know about all parts of their vagina for people who have vaginas, and all parts of the stuff that people without vaginas have. Like, I don't have to know too much about that. I know there's an outside part, I know there's some inside parts. You know what I'm saying? Know your anatomy. Know what you've got going on. Know the names of things. Like, that vulva and vagina are different words. Like, just learn all of them and don't be giggly when you use the word vagina. Vagina. I don't think that's a demonetizable word. I think it's just a part of the body, so I think it's fine. Anyway, we have good sex ed in Sweden, so, well, good. Are these Anne Rice books? I was just going to ask that, Sid. It could be. Let's see.
Oh, what are you doing? Get out.
Who?
Jeez.
Who did what?
He's sitting in the garbage.
Who?
TJ.
He was sitting in the garbage can?
The garbage area.
Oh, okay, in the garbage area, like the cupboard. I can't see who wrote it. Charlene Harris? Like, it... It doesn't say on the main thing. Oh, J.R. Ward. J.R. Ward wrote it. It's terrible and fun. I read the Jane Austen books really early. That's better anatomically. Exactly. Be medically accurate. Teach about consent and condoms. Yes. Consent. What? And oh, also, honestly, I know this is like, it might be more controversial. Teach about pleasure, I think, is important, because when people just teach about anatomy, and then, like, I have friends, good friends, who didn't have an enjoyable sexual experience for like years of sexual partners. So like sexual partners, let's say 5 or 6 sexual partners before having pleasure in a sexual experience. Like, what? No. And if you are educated on the fact that it's supposed to be a good thing, if it's not a good thing, you're not doing it right. Find another way to do it so that it's a good thing. It should be good, and it should be something you're like, let's do it. And if you don't do it the way that the internet says you're supposed to, that doesn't mean you're not doing it. Do you know what I mean? You can do things other ways than how the book writes it, and you can do them in different orders, and you can do them at different speeds, and all of that is okay. As long as both people are like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. I know, Frida. You have to know your body and know what feels nice. Yeah. Like, people know that they like to get a back massage. You know that feels good. You should know how everything below that feels good, too. Anyway. Yes, I do agree, Laura. I like the idea that it should hurt the first time is just wrong. If it hurts, you need more prep time. Yeah. If it hurts, slow down. Take a break. Talk about it. Also, talk about it. If you are inviting someone to touch your body in an intimate way, you should have the ability to communicate with them verbally. I feel like if you can't communicate with someone verbally, maybe it's not time to let them touch your body intimately yet. I mean, I know people do like one-night stands and stuff. I don't understand that, just because I'm like, I don't think I would get enough pleasure out of a one-night stand to justify it. Like, for myself, it's just not worth it, because I can't imagine a stranger who's never interacted with my body intimately would understand what I'm wanting. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I look at it more like, I don't know, anytime that I've ever had I've been with Alex a very long time. We have such open communication that it's supposed to be a conversation, and it can be you can have whole interactions that are mostly conversation. And that's okay. And then you can have interactions where there's no conversation. I don't know. I just think I like the connection part. I feel like, yeah, but for me, it's more like the conversation has to do with the consent, first of all, but the conversation also has to do with everybody is supposed to benefit from that interaction. Like, everybody should win. So you should talk until you have the opportunity for everyone to win. That's how I feel. All the Europeans are appalled at the bad education in the States. Yeah, well, yet again, you two are couple goals. Alex, we're couple goals.
Yeah.
Do you hear how enthusiastic he was? My husband was going to be a one-night stand 26 years later. Well, see, if you have a good experience, it can make all the difference. And I don't know, when I was with Alex at the beginning, I was very inexperienced, and having somebody that I could just say, like, what if we do this? What if we try this? How about that? Or it makes me nervous when we do this. Or, like, for example, I can give you an example. When I was new to any type of intimacy, any lights on type thing was very overwhelming for me, because it was very like, it made me feel stared at, even if it wasn't the situation. And for a while I would just brush it off, like, oh no, let's just not have the lights on because it stresses me out. Like, I wouldn't say that. And then at some point it was just like, why am I not telling you why? I feel like you're staring at me when the lights are on, and that makes me feel self-conscious. And then you get feedback like, I am staring at you because it's an amazing thing to be looking at. And then you're like, oh, I'm a goddess, my bad. Like, that kind of thing, where you're feeling self-conscious about something that maybe your partner is too. And if you just talk, you'll find out the things that both of you like, that both of you don't like, that you want more of, you want less of, you want to try. I don't know. I'm very, like, Alex and I are very open with each other. Like, I don't know. I think you should be. If you're intimate with someone, you should probably be able to be pretty open with them. So there's that. And also Scrappy, that makes me laugh that it was supposed to be a one-night stand. Did you meet him at like a bar and then you were like, let's hang out, and then the next day you went to breakfast, and then the next day was it like that, or did you start dating after, or how did that happen? I've always been in long-term relationships. Me too. I think Ola and Alex would really like each other. I think actually, yeah, I think so too, because he does computer stuff, works from home, seems like he's a quiet guy based on your picture you've painted of him. I've never been self-conscious in that area. Scrappy, I'm genuinely very happy for you. Like, I sound like I'm being condescending. I'm not. I hope that if I have daughters, I will have them tell me that one day, that they've never been self-conscious about how their body looks naked. Like, that'd be great. Are we safe with any younger listening? Jay, I think we're safe because we're being, I'm using words like intimate instead of actual words, which is a whole umbrella term of a range of activities. And also, like, I don't want to say this is not aimed at younger people, because I do want to say that this isn't aimed at them, you know? It's not aimed at younger people, obviously. But at the same time, sex ed is sex ed, you know? Yes, this is a good convo for younger folks to hear, actually. Well, I mean, it might be the only place where they learn that sex is supposed to feel good. Whatever sex is. If sex is, it doesn't have to be what you've been taught it is, because it's not that for a lot of people. Like, there are many, it's a range of activities that go under that umbrella. It's not just one style of activity that counts as sex. That's another fun thing to learn when you get a little older. I gave him a chance, and well, the rest is history. He gave me his number. I tossed it out the window because I wanted to have a one-night stand. Well done. He got my number. Aww. That's cute. That makes me laugh. He was a friend of a friend. Aw, that's so sweet, though. And then the rest is history. True love. And it's supposed to feel good from the beginning. Yeah, and if there's points at which it doesn't, it should be totally okay. well, it is totally okay, even if people are weird. Like for, uh, again, I'm giving vague examples, obviously, because I'm not going to like be telling you about my sex life, but for me, it was a very eye-opening thing to be able to go, can we slow down and have it be, yeah, and not have that be where it stops. It's okay to slow down, but not want to stop. Like you can, there are so many, just use your words, just use your words. Like people are like very afraid to say no or different or not like this. I don't know. I just feel like every time, oh my God, there's a grub on the flowers that I picked. Every time I've ever had a concern, I've just voiced it. And it'll change the outcome of the situation. Like if I'm not having a good time, I just say like, this isn't working for me. What else can we be doing? Or alternatively, this is what I actively want. You know what I mean? It's a good kind of exposure, but not aimed at them, especially given how effed up the way America talks about sex. That's true. Yep. YouTube might not think so. That's fair, Jay. It's okay to say no to sex if someone isn't ready or comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't have to mean now I'm leaving the room and I hate you forever. Like, sometimes I don't want to at all, and that doesn't mean I don't want to cuddle and make out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can still do other things without, like, it doesn't have to shut down. Like, people think, like, if you stop a sexual interaction and say no, it stops the whole interaction. It doesn't have to. It can stop it at the level that it's at. I don't know. I just think that it sounds like common sense, but in my growing up, it wasn't. It wasn't common sense. It was like there was a fear about saying no or stopping because it meant everything stopped, and it meant that you had done something wrong or something was broken or something was incorrect. But it's not. It's okay to be like right now, this isn't what I want to be doing. It's not comfortable because we're in a car. I'd rather just make out. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. It's okay. If you don't want to do a certain thing, you could still want to do a whole bunch of other things, and you can feel any kind of way about all the kinds of things. You can be like, I don't like when anyone touches my neck. Some people, well, that's not me, but I mean like some people don't want anyone touching their neck because it's a sensitive, like vulnerable spot. Same thing with like around the ribs or the chest. Some people have limits that you just have to get used to. You know what I'm saying? My daughter was very sensitive about a scar all the way down the front. Right, and maybe with her partners, it's something that she didn't want them to touch. Don't touch my scar, it makes me really uncomfortable. If you can say that, then people are going to respect it and you can have a good time and not feel self-conscious about the appearance. I don't know. Nothing wrong with the card. No, Scrappy, but I'm saying like if one day you're like, I have a sore neck, I don't want to be like all crumpled up in a car. That's okay. You can do that and that's okay. Or if you say, let's go for a drive and be sassy, you could do that too. Puritanism has stunted a lot of our ability to talk about it even with partners. It absolutely has, Sid. And I broke down that wall really early with Alex. We for sure had many open, honest conversations. You know, something that a therapist that I went to, my first one, what she recommended, I'm teasing Laura, yes, I know, I'm just joking. But a therapist that I had recommended doing like Naked Wednesdays, where you just are naked all day. And if you can be naked in front of your partner all day, it's, I don't know, if you should be. You shouldn't ever be having to suck in your lower tummy around your partner. You shouldn't have to like adjust your posture to look more attractive around your partner. That's just not something you should have to do. And if that's something that you do, like when you are in an intimate situation, if you find yourself holding your body in a way that is uncomfortable for you, maybe it's time to talk. Maybe it's time to be like, hey, I'm a human being and my abs aren't always clenched. I don't know. I feel like that, you know, it's my vibe. Naked Wednesday, love it. Windows though. I live in the country. I don't really have to worry about that here. And to be honest, I never had to worry about it anywhere that I've lived because curtains. Oh my God, I go for guys with love handles, Sid. I'm like, I have like my type is like big shouldered and kind of imposing looking. Kind of like mildly scary, like Tom Hardy as Bane. That's like my type. Like a big strong anarchist. That's like shaved side to the head, a couple of tattoos, you know. That's post-apocalypse. I'm looking for like my own Mad Max, you know what I'm saying? I didn't sit. Hold on. Hi, beautiful friends. Hi, Nikki. Just popping in to say good morning. Have a terrific Thursday. Lots of love and grace. And you too, Nikki. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I can't be touched. Exactly. Everyone that knows you knows that. And therefore, your intimate partner should know that, because it would be very sketchy if that happened, or very overwhelming and upsetting, possibly. Yeah, if you touch me under my feet, I inadvertently kick you. Hard. Yeah. So, but for some people, touching under their feet is sexy, Frida. So if you don't communicate that, and that's Ola's thing, you're going to have a bloody nose. Well, not you, Ola, but you know what I'm saying. I go for tall, skinny suit nerd, a briefcase, nice butt. Well, that's what you ended up with, right, Frida? Yes, I like broad shoulders, and yes, Bane. I literally saw that movies and just, okay, Sid, you're not alone. I literally have rewatched that movie to watch Bane. Like, I don't care about the other things. It's like how I've rewatched Lord of the Rings to see Legolas. You know what I'm saying? Like Orlando Bloom as an elf with long blonde hair. Could go for some of that. But Bane, I watched, and like walking around with his like bulletproof vest, so sexy. Why? I don't know. Just Tom Hardy made it so. Laura sure did, and humor's so important. Yes, humor's important as long as you are on the same wavelength of your humor. Like, I'm not a funny person. Like, I don't have a lot of funny things to say. But Alex thinks I'm hilarious. So when we chat, he's like laughing, and that makes me feel amazing. And I think he's hilarious. It's become laughing with, like, he knows it's funny now, but like his way of interacting with people socially can be so awkward, and it makes my heart like ache. It makes my heart sing, because he's just so awkward sometimes. Hey there. And when we'll be in like a group setting and I'll be watching him like conversate with people, and I'm just like, he's just such an innocent guy. I just love him. I just love him, obviously. Bane's body for sure my thing. Exactly. Ugh. I love it. Big broad shoulders, big huge arms. Literally, do you see like how objectifying I can be towards Tom Hardy? He doesn't even have his face really showing in that movie, and I think like that is my ultimate crush. Tom Hardy is Bane. He's wearing like a grill mask on his face. Love it. Sid, I'm giggling like a maniac. Well, there we go. So good. I guess I am funny. I'm just kidding though. I didn't, Sid, but now my hubby and I are fat, but whatever. We love each other, and he still thinks I'm gorgeous, so it's all good. Alex and I fluctuate together, or separately, but we both fluctuate. I've been chunky monkey. He's been chunky. I've been skinny. He's been so skinny. He had mono, and he lost all of the weight in his whole life, and he looked like, if you see pictures of him after he got better from mono, oh my god, he looks like a hospital, like, ill patient. I've loved him at every size. Alex, have you loved me at every size? Yes. That makes him even hotter. I know, Scrappy, I know! It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why does a mask add to his hotness? I'm so old, I can't remember what my type is. Jay, just find nice eye candy to look at. Yeah, but I was tiny when we first met, and now not at all. I was like a child when we first met, so I give myself a little bit of grace there. I was like an actual child, and I hated my body. Whereas now I'm an adult and I don't hate my body, so I feel like I'm in a better place anyway for our relationship. Like, he likes the way that I look, obviously, because I don't have like a child body anymore. Not that a child, you know what I'm saying. He has liked me grow into the person that I am, but I don't hate myself now. That's the good part. The big part is that I no longer hate the way that I look. Now I'm like, from here up, I don't really have feelings about. I don't care about my face. There's nothing that I'm like, oh, I love this about my face. It's just a face, and my hair is changeable, so I don't feel particularly any one kind of way about from the neck up. From the neck down, I look at it and I'm like, hey, it works mostly, like except for like my ankles and like occasionally my knees, once in a while my hip. But other than that, it mostly works. It looks good to me. Looks good to him. Works for me. Yeah, but, oh, I read that one. And Sid, I will post in Discord a pic of Till from Ramstein, who I had a crush on already. You'll see where Bane was at for me. Let's have a look. I'm wearing a top today that I wore as a teenager. Well done, Jay, on being able to fit in your teenage clothes. That being said, I do have one t-shirt left from 2008, and it's a Michael Bublé concert t-shirt, and I tried it on last weekend. I wore it when I picked up Poppy, so 2 weeks ago, so I can fit into that one. That's a good feeling. Sorry I couldn't stay long on the video on my way to work. Ooh, what is that? Ooh, are you gonna be spinning at work? That's cool. Hold on, Sid, I don't want to put this, oh, sorry. Cool, okay. Where did you put the picture of Mr. Ramstein? I'm not seeing it. I have a sneeze that's sneaking up my nose. Oh. Ugh, anyway, 95, thank you, I almost said bless you back. I weighed 95 pounds as a teen. That's like one of my legs. No. 95 pounds is nothing. I was weighing myself for weight and I thought I was beautiful. I don't just want to drift upwards and not fit in my clothes. Yeah. You are beautiful. And 1960. Different shape. Yeah, different shape, but it still fits. That works. Oh my goodness. What does the sneezing come from? There is this little caterpillar grub thing walking around on the flowers, and I don't want it to exist, but I also can't kill it because it grosses me out. Little wormy grub things, I do not like them. Sorry. Distractions are my life. Hey, look at that. See, whenever we talk about sexy people, the time just flies, doesn't it? Whenever we talk about like basically intimacy in any form and sexy celebrities, I feel like it's a very quick video. It's already 9:30, which means I have to go. Well, it's 9:25, but I'm gonna go 5 minutes early so that I can go check on the chickens now, because that's not in my thing, but I want to go see them. So I'm gonna go check on my chickens, give them a little bit of snackage, because I have some green beans that I'm gonna bring them out, yellow beans, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. I love you all. Thank you for coming. Thanks for chatting with me. If we get demonetized, I'll let you know, but I think we're gonna be fine today. So we shall see. Ooh. Oh, that was a good back crack. Did you guys hear that one? I'm waiting on this delightful image. Oh. Yep. Greasy. Straps. Yep. I like it greasy. I like black clothing. A little bit of eyeliner. I'll take it. I'm for it. Found them. All right, friends. Like I said, I'll see you later. Don't forget to drink some water. Be nice to the people that you're with, because it's important. And if you're new, join us on Discord. We have a Discord server. The link is in the description down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, all of the links for all of the links are in the description. Wow, that's the feels, Laura. See everyone. Have a nice day. Sending you love and good vibes. Thanks for a great morning. That was a great conversation. I had a really nice time with you guys. So see you at 4 p.m. where I will be doing a little dirty. Yeah, it always works when they're like, you look like you've been working on a car all day, but it's after the apocalypse. Why do you have eyeliner on? Why is there so much leather involved in your outfit? All of those things. Anyways, love you guys. I'll see you later. See you at 4, and thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Crystal, Susan, Lori, Teresa, Abigail, Barbara, and Anna. Like I said, check the links in the description. Have a great day.